All right, so I have a piece of plywood here. I've got these all glued up, and the hard part is I'm gonna have to get one of these PCs, which is pretty big, and bring one over. You can see it's not gonna fit perfectly in there, but it will fit. So I have to build a small shelf to get it up a little more centered about here. So it'll look something like this, but this might have to get cut down just a little bit, because I don't think that this will fit. It's a little bit too tall. You actually have to be careful because this thing weighs a lot, probably more than the board it's sitting on, and that's my sawhorse is back here. So, but anyways, you can see it'll barely fit. It's gonna be close. So yeah, just barely doesn't fit because this front lip right here catches. If I can cut a little bit off that board and get it down about an inch, I think we'll be good. But right now, what I want to do is, this is actually going to be the backing to these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these 4 down and see what way I like them. I kind of have I think I have an idea of what I want to do. So, and then once I get what I want, I'm going to mark it all out, cut it, and then we're going to glue it and attach it to the back. And what I'll do is, in order to, so this point will be sitting on the ground, but I'll probably make it a little bit wider. So you'll probably have a little bit of wood extending down. So it'll probably be like a, I don't know, like a 5 or 6 inch piece. So it doesn't come out too far. So you won't be able to really see it unless you get down and look. But this will be holding everything, you know what I mean, this piece here. And it'll also allow me to bump this off the wall a couple inches, so I can run like a wire chase down the back of this whole unit. So that way all the wires are kind of behind everything, so I'll be able to drill holes in each one of these. So the idea will be to get these all tight together. And then because these are doubled here, twice as thick, I might do a perimeter. Not really sure. I haven't figured that out yet. So that's that. And then I have one more slightly smaller hexagon, which I still have to glue together, but I'm thinking that I might have this one kind of coming off the back. These edges are gonna have to be sanded before I even put any of this on. I'm gonna kind of have to break the edges on this. You can see these aren't very stable. That's okay. And it will allow me to line this center up perfectly. Okay, so it's got a little gap there. Plus, you know, if I ever, who knows, I have uneven flooring or who knows what, the last thing I want to do is be pulling this thing further up. So give it a slight gap. Let's see what I gave it for a gap. Yeah, ½ inch. So what I'm going to do is I have these marked and fit nicely, so what I'll do is I'll mark these onto the inside here, you know, so I know that I'm lined up properly so that I can see all my corners are meeting. So this one's off a little bit. I don't think that this one's gonna matter so much. We can sand that down, no one will notice that, and that'll be filled anyways. So yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna mark this and get it ready to be cut. Just gonna cut out the plywood. But like I said, I'm gonna make it a base that's probably a couple inches out. So I'm gonna mark that now. Which I think that's what I'm gonna probably do. As much as I want to cut this tonight, I think it's better to wait and cut it outside because this is gonna be a lot of dust. You know, a lot of plywood to cut. So I think I'm just gonna work on sanding this a little bit. Glue this corner up. This is where I'll be cutting in this area here. If you ever want to see what a boiler looked like from the early 1900s, there you go. All right. Okay. What's that? All right, glad I had these safety glasses on because I needed them. So let's go get set back up in the other room and get this done. All right, so I guess this got all cut up. So as you can see, it kind of cool looking design. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start gluing these pieces onto the board. I vacuumed everything off already, so it should be good. And I marked all of these out as well. So I marked the board and I also marked inside here, so I can just line my marks up. I'm just gonna start with gluing everything on just because I feel that that's just gonna give me a great start. It'll be a nice strong bond as well. And then I can go from there. I don't have a ton of clamps, so I'm just gonna kind of go slow and steady with it, and you know, we'll get to where we need to get. I'll probably clamp these, you know, for an hour or so, and I can move them. So I'm not sure how much I'll get done today because we are open and busy and working. Not much I can do here other than hope that it's sticking. This has got quite a bit of glue coming out. which is good. This one or this one clamped in. And then I'm gonna get some 2x4s and use those 2x4s. Like I can run a 2x4 from here up and kind of clamp, you know, use one clamp here, one clamp over here, and it should hopefully tighten all this down. So yeah, so I can get a 2x to go across this way. I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, 4 of these faces with one 2x. I just won't be able to cross multiple ways unless I go straight. And if I go straight, well, I could go kind of this way. Yeah, I might maybe do this, come across this way. So go out back and see what I have. This edge here's off, but there's gonna be a lot of sanding, you know, electrics, not electric, but just sanding in general. So I'm gonna move a little bit quickly, just so I know, because I know that I want to get all of this done if I can. Hopefully it don't turn into a mess. Okay, now I just gotta definitely put some screws in this central area. Oh yeah, it's gonna need some screws to hold it. Could have used 20 more clamps, to be honest. Pretty much everywhere, but don't have them. All right, so it looks like this is all set. It's all glued, screwed, everything's good. I put a bunch of screws in these, you know, in the connection, you know, these intersecting points here, all these faces, so that's gonna be glued and screwed, but I'll probably pull the screws back out, obviously, because I just screwed them right through, and then we'll just fill the holes afterwards. There's gonna be a lot of prep work before this gets obviously painted, and I haven't even decided on what I wanna do for paint, so, but yeah, this, you know, doing this kind of helped a little bit. You know, it didn't really push down on these too much, unfortunately, but this whole perimeter is pretty much screwed down, and then, you know, it's all glued in. So hopefully it'll, you know, hopefully we got a good, you know, we got this nice and tight. So that's what I got for today. This is gonna take some time to dry up. Probably be here for, you know, probably let this dry overnight, or who knows, I won't be back probably till a couple days. So. All right, that's it. That's all I got. I'm gonna go help out. We got a group over there, so I'm gonna help out with that, and then yeah, see how things go.